Hey there. So, why fasting is one of the safest and most effective ways to burn dangerous body fat. So, your body already has a built-in fat burning system. Most people just never activate it. If you've been eating every 2 hours to every 3 hours, like I did for years, trying to lose weight, you might actually be working against yourself. So, today I'm going to break down how and why fasting is one of the safest and most effective ways to burn dangerous body fat. And the benefits actually go way beyond what the scale says. So, hey there, I'm Brea Sharron Estep, board certified integrative health practitioner, and I help women get their health and body back by finding the underlying root cause, not just covering up symptoms, by unlocking the power of personalized wellness. So, if natural health, hormones, gut health, and sustainable weight loss are your thing, then make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I try and get new videos out as much as possible. I have a toddler. But let's get into it. Okay, so point number one, fasting lowers insulin, and that's the key. So, a lot of people think that they're struggling to lose weight because of calories. And yes, calories in, calories out. And in order to burn calories, we want to burn off. In order to burn fat, we want to and lose weight. We want to burn off more calories than we take in, whether that be through your natural metabolism, added exercise, or eating less calories. So, yes, that is true. 1 pound equals 3,500 calories. Yes, true. However, all calories aren't created equal. There's a such thing as a kcalorie or a degree that things are burned off. So, 100 calories of grilled chicken isn't going to burn off the same as 100 calories of, say, chocolate cake. But all of that being said, yes, it is still 3,500 calories. However, people burn off calories at different rates, and insulin also comes into factor with this. So, and toxins and a whole bunch of other stuff. But you might see somebody else eating the same amount of calories as you, and they're losing weight and you're not, and maybe you're the same body type and work out at the same times. Like there's a lot of different factors going into this, but insulin is really the key to this all. So every time you eat, especially processed carbs and sugar, then your insulin level rises, and insulin sends a clear message to your body: don't burn fat right now. And when your insulin stays elevated all day, your body never gets the signal to tap into stored fat for energy. So think about it like this. You've got thousands of calories sitting in storage as body fat. But if insulin is always high, then it's like the pantry door is always locked and your body can't touch what's inside. It's like trying to add more gas to your gas tank when it's already full. Fasting lowers insulin. It unlocks that door. It burns gas. So, point number two that we want to talk about is switching from burning sugar to burning fat. So, most people, especially here in the US on the standard American diet, sad, are metabolically inactive and their bodies run on sugar constantly. It's like, oh, I need more sugar and crash. Oh, I need more sugar and crash. But when you fast, something shifts. Your body starts breaking down fat for fuel instead. It uses up those reserves. So your liver begins producing ketones, which are a clean, effective energy source for your brain and your muscles. A lot of people notice more steady energy, better focus, less brain fog, fewer crashes, and reduced cravings. Instead of riding the blood sugar roller coaster all day, give me sugar, oh, crash, give me more sugar, oh, crash. Your body learns to use what it already has stored, and that's called metabolic flexibility, and that changes everything. So, quick pause. If you're already learning something useful today, make sure to hit that like and subscribe. It helps channels like me reach more people who are looking for real answers about their health. Anyways, let's keep going. One thing to note is I have a client who, Cass, who was working out and exercising regularly, and she was eating what she thought was a healthy diet. And yes, it was, but she just didn't feel as good as all of the hard work that she was putting in. So, when we put fasting regularly into fit her lifestyle, and we'll talk a little bit more how to do that later, but it improves your nutrition, it reduced inflammation, and things finally started shifting. More energy, less hunger, and inches coming off. She stopped feeling controlled by food. Of course, results may vary, but let's keep going. So, Point number three, fasting targets fat that actually matters. So, not all fat is the same. The fat underneath your skin, that's subcutaneous fat. But the fat wrapped around your organs, that's visceral fat. And that visceral fat is the dangerous body fat. It's the one worth paying attention to. It's linked to chronic inflammation, insulin resistance, metabolic diseases, fatty liver, and cardiovascular risk. Research suggests that intermittent fasting can specifically help reduce visceral fat, the dangerous body fat, while also improving metabolic health markers across the board. So this isn't just about looking leaner. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but there's also nothing wrong with not looking leaner if that's how you feel comfortable. But it's about what's happening on the inside. It's why I talk about fat loss, not just for a vanity standpoint, but because of what it does to your health. So let's talk about point number four. Fasting triggers your body's built-in cleanup system. So I find this completely fascinating. So during fasting, your body activates a process called autophagy or programmed cell death. Think of it as like a cellular housekeeping. So the analogy that I like to use is there's my dog assistant. The analogy that I like to use is let's say that you've got a Roomba vacuum. I have a Roomba vacuum, but I have my said assistant dog as well as two other dogs, and I can run that Roomba every single day, which I do. But every now and then, probably more often than I actually do, I need to get out the big vacuum and do a deep cleaning. So regularly, our body does have cell death, programmed cell death, and does go into a little bit of autophagy, but we need to go in that deeper autophagy program cell death, that deep cleaning. So your body starts breaking down damaged proteins and worn out cell components and starts recycling them into healthier building blocks. This supports healthy aging and cellular repairs in a bunch of different ways that are still being studied. But one of the reasons that fasting has become such a big conversation in the longevity research is because of this. Your body literally cleans house when you give it a chance. So again, with that program cell death, another thing that we want to talk about, and I hesitate to even go here, but with that program cell death, what it does is it gives your body a break. So the idea of that deep cleaning isn't to add more stress in the body. Fasting gives your body a break. 1/3 of your energy every single day goes to digestion. So if 1/3 of your energy every single day goes to digestion and we're not eating like foods or we're doing a liquid fast and we can talk a little bit more about this or whatever you may choose or just a 12-hour nightly fast, then it gives your body a break where it can do other things and it's not primarily focused on digestion. It can do that deep cleanup. Okay, so point number five, fasting can actually reduce hunger, but go with me on this. There's a little caveat. So this surprises a lot of people, but most people assume that fasting means feeling hungry and miserable all day. But after an adjustment period, many people experience the opposite. Fewer cravings, longer stretches of feeling satisfied, and less obsession with food. Why? Because your blood sugar stabilizes and insulin drops. Your body gets efficient at burning fat for fuel. When your body isn't constantly spiking and crashing, the blood sugar that we talked about, give me more sugar, crash, give me more sugar, crash, then that constant hunger quiets down. And that shift alone can make healthy eating so much more sustainable. So let me say this. Fasting isn't for everyone. And if you're pregnant or breastfeeding or have a history of disorder eating or you're underweight or have a medical condition that affects your blood sugar, please talk to your healthcare provider first. And the goal is to never starve yourself. The goal is to work with your body's natural design. So back in we've all heard about the paleo diet and the caveman days and all of that. So it's not like they woke up paleo times and they're like, okay, let me go downstairs and get myself a bowl of cereal. No, that wasn't an option. They had to hunt and gather in order to get their food. So they didn't have those set 3 meals every single day like we did here in the US. And there's also a lot of talk about how the 3 meals a day could have actually come from cereal companies that wanted you to start your day with sugar and then go for a crash. But we won't go into that right now. Could be, but makes complete sense to me. But anyways, so I forgot what I was saying. I got distracted by the cereal companies. Anyways, back in the day, our bodies didn't work like that because we didn't have food so conveniently. We couldn't DoorDash or Instacart. food right away. So that's how our bodies are naturally made, and not having that sugar and having protein and fat in order to sustain you. And I'm not saying don't eat any carbs at all. Please don't take my words out of context. I do personally eat carbs. I ideally is low glycemic and fiber and starch and all of that, but I do eat carbs. Um, but not having those blood sugar crashes is really what we're talking about all throughout the day because we are eating so much sugar. Now, when it comes to fasting, again, fasting gives your body a break. It's not added stress on your body. So I recommend, I have a Apple Watch. I do keep it, it's not even turned on right now, but I do keep it on airplane mode. I have Wi-Fi off. I've got Bluetooth off. Everything is off of it. However, it still measures my heart rate. One great way to measure, like if you're fasting too hard, is to, of course, check your blood sugar first and foremost. And if it dips too low, then definitely doing too much fasting. Um, Also checking your heart rate, your HRV, those are great indicators of what works for you in your body fasting. And I think of fasting like a muscle. So the more you do it, the better that you get at it. So don't start off on like a 5-day water fast or anything like that. When fasting, what I recommend for 99.9% of clients is a 12-hour nightly fast. There is a point of diminishing return. Most people fast wrong. And this is really what I want to talk about. Most people fast wrong. Most people are eating till like 9, 10 o'clock at night and then not having breakfast until, 1 or 2 the next day or something like that. And they're like, oh, I'm doing a 16-8 fast. Okay, yeah, I hear you, but we want to get in 7 to 9 servings of fruits and vegetables every single day. We need those vitamins and minerals and fiber and all of that and protein in our bodies. So what we want to do is make sure that we have enough breaks in between our meals so we don't slam our body with food and then our bodies are exhausted from trying to break up that food all throughout the day. We want breaks in between those meals. That's why I started out this conversation talking about not eating every 2 or 3 hours like we are traditionally told. Like, yes, it does work for body transformation. Yes, those are smaller meals. But when you give your body a break, you notice that you actually have more energy and your whole day isn't controlled by food because you're not like, oh, gotta eat, oh, gotta eat, gotta eat, gotta eat. So and of course, snacks and everything can go into that. But again, the more hours before midnight, the better for fasting. And actually, if you do wear any type of wearable, trackable device, you will notice that your HRV and your sleep scores do much better when you don't eat at 3 hours before bed. So don't take my word for it, test it. But the best way to fast and where I recommend most clients starting, again, disclaimers, pregnant, breastfeeding, disordered eating, underweight, anything like that, medical conditions that affect blood sugar or anything else or medication. And this might not be for you. Definitely check with your healthcare provider. But starting with a 12-hour nightly fast. Again, the more hours before midnight, the better. If you can start eating dinner at 6 o'clock and be done by 6:30, and then breakfast at 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. or even 8 a.m. If you want to do a little bit longer fast, then that's okay. But again, the more hours before midnight, the better because it helps improve your sleep scores. And if you sleep better, then you rest better and you recover better. A great way to break your fast is doing a liquid before lunch diet, like a smoothie or something with some protein, not just a juice with a bunch of fruit that's going to spike that blood sugar, making sure that if you do a juice, we're juicing our vegetables and eating our fruit so we have the fiber from the fruit. I like to do a smoothie in the mornings that does have the fiber from strawberries that I do in mine. So I love to do that, and that's a great way to break that fast. Again, the more hours before midnight, the better. Carbs and calories combat cortisol. So when our bodies start to get stressed, that's the time to break your fast. Most people, that's getting the kids off to school or driving in traffic on the way to work or something like that. So again, that's why I love doing a smoothie every single day. You can check out some of my smoothie recipes over in my free holistic health, wellness, and weight loss group if you want ideas of what to do. But yeah, that's what I recommend for my clients. So fasting is not magic. It just lets your body know what it was built to do. So again, it's very great when practiced thoughtfully. Again, it may help lower insulin, burn stored body fat, target visceral fat, build metabolic support, support cellular repair, quiet cravings, and improve overall metabolic health as well as mental clarity. I've noticed that hugely for me as well. And it works great when it's paired with nutrient-dense food, quality sleep, stress management, and movement. So, and of course, I'm going to say it looking for your real root cause that's keeping your body stuck. So, if you feel like you're doing everything right and still dealing with stubborn fat, fatigue, inflammation, or hormones, your body is telling you that something deeper is going on. So again, that's what I do. I help women identify and address those underlying root causes through a holistic, personalized approach to eliminate your specific toxicities and replace your specific deficiencies to get your body back to a state of equilibrium where it can and where it will heal itself. So if you feel like this video was helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and or drop a comment. And have you tried fasting? What is your biggest question about it? I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you for the next one.